Yeah, I mean, what's to say? It's been an incredible experience that started when I was like 10, 11 years old. I'm 25 this year, and I'm still, still a part of it. Still here doing stuff for the world of Harry Potter. It's been incredible. It's hard to put into words, really. It's been a real roller coaster, and
we're always going to have a piece of Harry Potter here. It'll never be forgotten about, and it'll always still be part of our lives.
Yeah, it's nice to have that. I definitely find with the acting industry, it's so sort of cutthroat, and then we still have this cushion, and they're always so nice to us, and they do welcome us back like a family, and you don't really find that in this industry, and that's been lovely to have, and it's not going away anytime soon.
So turn it over, you guys. Let's start with Ricky.
Hi, we're obviously here at a Harry Potter fan celebration. It's been a few years since the last movie, but now we've got all this great theme park stuff happening. The fans are still very excited. Why do you think Harry Potter is timeless like that?
I think it's kind of because there seems to be like, so when the films were coming out, there's guys who watched it at the cinema, and now you've got the guys who are maybe too young to see it at the cinema, who've now got into it on video or DVD. People are always getting into the books, and then they go to the film if they haven't necessarily seen the film. So there's always something what rattles people in, or even maybe if you just come to a great theme park like Arlington Adventure, just wander in and get into it that way. So I think that's, to me, that's why people seem to not recycle, but there's always a new constant influence of people.
Yeah. I think also as well the fact that I always felt with Potter, and I don't think I felt this with many. So I read a lot of fantasy and science fiction, but I didn't feel it with other things, that Harry Potter very much could be real, because it wasn't, they still were normal teenagers behind it all, and they were dealing with a lot of the things that, other teenagers were dealing with growing up, I was dealing with, and so it felt very real, but it was still like sort of escapism at the same time, because it wasn't our world, and I think this is kind of, even, it's made that more clear, having the park here, like actually going from the Muggle world to the Wizarding world, and that's why everyone sort of wants to escape to that and have somewhere that's more fantastical than our world, but also that they can relate to.
Yeah, I mean, it's the stories. Sorry, a bit of a. You like this? The stories are universal. They go all across, age ranges, gender, race, they're accessible for anyone all over the globe, and I think that really helps. And the story is timeless. Big battle of good versus evil, and there's characters that everyone can relate to in the story and follow their journeys, and the world's so vivid, the universe is so vivid that you can create these 3D immersive environments like they've done here, and people can just keep coming back and discovering new things, I think.
I'm not going to top anything they just said, so I disagree with them 100%.
Additional questions? Opening back up.
Are we going to be able to hear any of your voices or see any of your faces when we visit Diagon Alley this summer?
Yeah, so I'll take that one. I'm being filmed. There's a lot more information to come about Diagon Alley, and you guys know that. So it wouldn't be Diagon Alley without some of our favorite characters from the Harry Potter film series.
So much for that question.
Matt, you alluded that you've been doing this for 14 years, more than half of your life. It's a long time, and there are people in the industry that certainly don't want to be, stigmatized with one person that they portray, the twins and everything else. Do you find yourself that you want to separate from Harry Potter at all, but you still want to come back to it on occasion, or do you want to stay with the fandom and just roll with it forever? What's your thoughts on separating yourselves?
No, it's a good question. As an actor, I think throughout the film series, particularly towards the end, myself, I definitely had one eye on the career side of it and where I was going to go post Potter. And I've been really fortunate. I've come out the back of it, and I've been working, and I've done stuff where I've been able to play characters that are so drastically different from Neville, and I've been really fortunate in that respect. So yeah, there's definitely that idea of trying to do something different, but at the same time, you can't just ignore the past, and I'm not begrudging of Potter, because it gave me the ability to go on and do the all this stuff, and I get the chance to come to Florida and chill out and see these guys again and meet you wonderful people. So yeah, when they asked me, I jumped at the chance, and I think it can be done alongside work at the same time. I think talking about previous roles I've played, not a big deal for me, I think.
I agree. I think definitely for me it gave me a career, and I don't think I would have had the confidence to even go into acting if it hadn't been for this. So it really pushed me into this, and I found that I love it. And it just it opens doors. Not just acting. We went to NASA the other day, the Space Center, and this guy brought us into a room. He's like, no one's seen this spaceship. Why? You just would never connect the two, but it does. It has opened so many doors. There's so many opportunities. So I think it is what you make of it, and you do want to mold your career, not be seen as a child all the time. And I don't know. For me, I'm really happy being identified with Luna, because I always gravitate towards those misunderstood characters and stories, and talking about acting range that. I love playing those characters. So for me, it's a help. But yeah, and I think every one of us, we've just been given a platform, and it's up to us what we want to do with it.
For me, doing Harry Potter was the best thing I've ever done in my life so far. So, I'll never begrudge the time that I spent on Harry Potter was the best thing I've ever done. And Seamus Finnegan, he was so much like me, connected straight through. Seamus is clumsy, I'm clumsy, so I'm kind of living Seamus's life every day of the week. I blow up my microwaves on a regular basis. Yeah, not on purpose, obviously. But so working on Potter was I don't think I could get typecast as such. But to be fair, Seamus wasn't the biggest character in the world, and people remember me playing Seamus, but he wasn't on screen every 2 seconds. So it's a character that people can't forget about. They try to forget about. So I think for me, it's easier to go off in different ways. After Harry Potter, I kind of took a break to get back home and get back to my family, get back to horses, because being on Harry Potter for 10 or 11 years kind of tore me away from all my family and friends. So after Harry Potter, back home, back to normality a little bit, and now it's kind of time to get back in the saddle again and do more work.